Elon Musk is already influencing the reduction of these ridiculously big government spending bills into a thing that's much more reasonable and compact. However, at least half of your government does not like this. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, Donald Trump, the entire incoming administration already influencing what's happening right now on Capitol Hill. Now, as you guys know, Trump does not come into office officially until January 20th, 2025. We're not far away from that, but we're not quite there yet. However, his influence and the influence of his incoming cabinet is already being felt because we have this government spending bill. They're trying to just pretty much pass everything, spend everything, loot the treasury, whatever you want to call it. Now, it's called the CR. What does that stand for? Christmas rupees? Christmas wrapping? Like, what does that really stand for? Because they're spending so much money, or at least they're trying to spend so much money. Take a look. This is a tweet from, or a post, pardon me, on X from Elon Musk. And he says, yesterday's bill versus today's bill. And you can see just how massive the previous bill was. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pages. Now, what that translates to me is we're going to give money to everybody. Spend money on everything. It's supposed to be about government spending, but I can guarantee there are things in there for foreign governments, foreign wars, things that don't benefit the U.S. citizenry. And you can see the bill right next to it, much smaller. Now, I'm not quite sure if that is the entire bill shrunk down to a more reasonable size, or if it's a piece of the bill taken out so they could vote on it separately. Because I saw that was the thing they wanted to do. Republicans, they wanted to just vote on the individual parts of the bill rather than the entire thing. Because if one piece is bad and they don't want it, that can fail on its own rather than having the whole bill itself fail. Either way it goes, we got a big reduction. And again, a lot of your government does not like that. Now, before I go any further, let's get to some clips here. We got The View coming up. We got some people on the House floor who did not like this, but I'll link to all these videos in the box. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Ryan Nobles joins us now from Capitol Hill. Ryan, there is late drama there tonight.
Lester, that's right. The latest move by House Republicans, a new vote. Their proposal on the House floor failed dramatically, leaving the GOP scrambling for a Plan C as the deadline before a government shutdown approaches. Tonight, House Republicans back to square one.
This is Washington. This is how the lawmaking is done.
House Speaker Mike Johnson forced back to the drawing board after President-elect Trump said he opposed the original bipartisan legislation, which he said contained too much wasteful spending. Elon Musk, who will lead Trump's effort to cut government spending, has also slammed the original 1,500-page spending bill as a steal of your tax dollars. The new GOP bill is slimmed down, just 116 pages. It funds the government through March 14th, including providing funding for disaster relief and for farmers. And in a direct ask from Trump, includes a provision to extend the debt limit, the ability of the federal government to pay off its debts, through 2027. And the new Republican plan cuts many items in the bipartisan bill that had sparked conservative backlash, including a plan to raise the salaries of members of Congress and funding for a new Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore.
Now, I think about it, okay, Congress, you guys need to earn that money. You want to get a pay raise while you're not doing a very good job? I think not.
More. Trump was quick to back the deal, writing all Republicans and even Democrats should do what is best for our country and vote yes for this bill tonight. House Democrats slamming the new bill, saying it doesn't fund important programs.
Such as what, like wars in Ukraine, Taiwan, Israel? What are these important programs that aren't being funded?
Extreme MAGA Republicans are driving us to a government shutdown.
While Senate Democrats blasting Musk's influence.
He is unraveling what was a hard-won and hard-negotiated agreement that would keep the lights on for government.
Again, Lester, this latest Republican plan was voted down, a blow to President-elect Trump and House Speaker Mike Johnson. They now have until midnight tomorrow night to come up with a plan to avoid a shutdown with no plan in sight.
Now, this video came out 16 hours ago, so this is December the 19th, and we're now December the 20th, so they're talking about tonight, right? Now, if the government shuts down, will all the lights in the world go off? Are the planes going to just fall out the sky? No, I think we'll be okay. We'll be fine. It's not really that big of a deal. I mean, they want the money in Capitol Hill, of course, because it helps them. It gives them money. But to those of us on the ground, I don't think it's really a big deal. Now, let's look at some of the reactions here. Okay, this is a Democratic congressman, obviously.
And a tweet changed all of it? Can you imagine what the next 2 years are going to be like if every time the Congress works its will and then there's a tweet?
Let's pause. So he is upset that the people are striking back against what they put out there. The people do not like what you guys put. And we got some people that are really smart, that are not in government, who read your thousands of pages, and they were able to point out everything in it, all the wasteful spending. So what you want to say is, okay, whenever we want to do something in Capitol Hill, we got to hear from the actual people who don't like it. We got to hear from our constituents. I mean, how disgusting. Constituents, just let us do our thing up here in DC and y'all shut up about it. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about voting. Don't worry about government spending. Don't worry about how we spend your money. Just, hey, we're the smart ones. You guys are not. Shut up and take it.
Or from an individual who has no official portfolio, who threatens members on the Republican side with a primary, and they succumb? This institution has a separate responsibility based upon the separation of powers. Members of Congress don't serve under presidents of the United States.
All right, let's keep on going here. Now, you say people in Congress don't serve under the president. They don't just kowtow to the president's will. What you do, however, is represent your constituents. You represent us. And if we don't like what you do, guess what? You get voted out of there. We hold you accountable. It's not even about Elon or Trump or anything like that. Elon, Trump, Vivek, everybody are who we put forward. We, the people, said we want those guys in office to represent us. And if we see things we don't like in the government during their time in office, we're going to say something about it. We'll make our voice heard.
Read on a bill. They signed it. And you know what? They got scared because President Musk told them.
Now, what you're going to hear quite a bit is these people calling Elon Musk the real president. You're going to hear that a lot. That's going to be astroturfed. You're going to hear it a little bit on television after I get done playing this clip.
President Musk said, don't do it. Don't do it. Shut the government down. Imagine. What does he know about what people go through is when the government shuts down.
What happens? Tell me what happens. Like, what did we go through when the government shuts down?
Are his employees furloughed? Hell no. Is he furloughed? No. And when you shut the government down, people don't get paid. And maybe if none of us got paid if the government shut down, some people on the other side of the aisle would feel differently about where we're going.
Huh? Did I hear that right? So do you guys get paid if the government shuts down the Congress? I kind of, you kind of said something that raised my antenna. Does Congress get paid when government shuts down? That's what I want to know. If they do, then lucky them, right? But if they don't, then they got enough money. These people are multimillionaires, many of them. They got plenty of money. Look at Barack and Michelle Obama. You getting paid $400,000 as a salary for being the president for an 8-year span. But you're worth, what, 22, 34, however many millions of dollars. How'd that happen? I'm not really trying to hear your cries from the government, from Congress about not being paid enough and about the government shutting down.
In this effort, we had an agreement. But you know, this is not different from what we've experienced over the last year and a half or so. Think about it. Biden, McCarthy, deal, come together. Next day, walk away. Johnson, Schumer, deal. Next day, walk away. And now this deal, walk away.
Yeah, because people don't like it. So it is what it is. Y'all got to go back to the drawing board and fix it. Because y'all talking about, okay, we got this person and that person to agree. Okay, cool. But what about 325 million Americans? We don't matter? Anyway, here is The View giving their 2 cents on the whole situation. Check it out.
Who is in charge? Because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president.
See, there it is. Like I told you, you're going to see this. You're going to hear it a lot. Oh, Elon's a president. He's the real president. Trump's not the real president. You're going to hear that quite a bit. So when you go to your Thanksgiving dinner next year or your Christmas function this year and you got your aunt that looks just like this talking at you about politics, you're going to hear that same talking point. I guarantee you.
Well, you can call him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say. I don't remember last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
I thought the vice president didn't really do anything. Wasn't that the excuse for Kamala? But I digress.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairways. Because, people put the leg out to trip you going down the stairs.
What's the point in trying to steal the presidency from Trump this term when his term is over? Like after it's just 4 years. So all you got to do if you're JD Vance is just be the vice president. Trump's term is over. Then you run for the presidency. Like these people are so weird. I swear.
Watch out.
All right. So there we go. Shout out to everybody upset. Hey, at the end of the day, as I close, there may have been a deal reached in Congress. But guess what? We, the people, saw it, didn't like it. We voiced our concern. And thankfully, somebody listened to us and said, okay, let's go back to the drawing board and tighten it up. Let's get rid of the wasteful spending. Let's do that. Okay, government, Congress, y'all can do certain things up there among yourselves, but you can't forget about us. You think you're doing right by us, but maybe you're not. So take our input, go back to the drawing board, and fix it. Simple. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on the whole situation? Do you think that it should just pass the original bill, all the pork and the funding for the wars and all these random things they say need to get funded, although they can't really say what needs to get funded? Should that have been there? Should that just be what the bill is, sign off on that and keep moving? Or should they go back to the drawing board, make it slimmer, get rid of the fat, get rid of the aid for foreign countries and foreign wars? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is a big part of the reason why I voted for Trump. Out of many, one of the main things was the incoming Doge department to cut the government spending. We spend so much money in this country on things that do not help us at all. I could understand if a thing we spent money on helped us. If you could say, hey, okay, ABL, look, when we spend money on this, then it makes this better for us. But there's so much in these bills that you can't say that about. So why are we doing it? It doesn't make any sense. So I'm glad that we're able to get this bill slimmed down. If government shuts down, all right, I mean, we'll be okay. It ain't that big of a deal in my humble opinion. You get furloughed, I mean, you get your money back at the end of the day. Unlike some of what we're not going to get back when it comes to the taxes that they take. They take our tax money, set it on fire right in front of us, and we say, hey, stop burning our money. They want to say, oh, well, you don't want us to get paid, do you? You don't want the Congress to get paid, do you? That is what we hear, and we're just tired of it. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that is all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.